What is the number one money move you believe is most essential in creating first generation wealth? There's four options on the table that I'm going to rank for you in this video because this could be the most actionable question at the time of this recording that I've heard in personal finance in a long time. When you're somebody who has not come from wealth, come from family, ran into a windfall of money for whatever variety of reasons, and you're literally chipping away or pioneering, paving the way to first generational wealth in your family, this is an essential question because it guides your direction, it guides your financial moves, your behaviors on your way to creating that wealth. So we're going to go over four options based on a poll that I hosted on my channel, how people responded to it. I'm going to rank them for you in this video so you can have some context and a sense of direction, or you can at least align it with what has worked for you or has not worked for you in your personal financial journey. For those of you who are new, I'm JP. I'm the founder and architect of the channel. 13 plus years of financial services, 11 plus years in retail banking, active FINRA investment license, active state life insurance license, active mortgage loan originators license in my state, and small business certified. I help consumer and small businesses, everybody from just starting out with their banking needs all the way up to 6 and 7 figures in revenue or 6 and 7 figures in income and net worth, as well as individuals with higher net worths than that, businesses with higher revenues than that. But I also have a background myself in coming from FICO scores of 500 or below and bringing that up to 800 plus at the time of this recording. I also have brought myself from 5 figures in net worth to 6 figures plus in net worth in a matter of about 6 or 7 years. So you're dealing with somebody with not only good, solid professional experience with well over 10 years, but you're also dealing with someone who has personally brought themselves out of the mud in a plethora of ways financially themselves. No windfall of money, no settlements, no inheritance. So if you're looking to maximize your relationship banking and maximize your borrowing capacity, truly get a deep understanding of the banking system and money as a whole, so you can customize your own blueprint for prosperity, you're in the right place. So what are those four options around that question? I thought this was an excellent question, so I decided to have it set up on a post in my community. And the four options on the table, again, the question, what's the number one money move you believe is essential for building first generation wealth? Number one, aggressive saving and investing. Number two, starting a successful business. Number three, smart debt management. Number four, financial education. Out of those four, each of 3 out of the 4 got basically a 33% response rate out of the votes that were taken. And the one that did not get a vote at all, believe it or not, was smart debt management, which was interesting. But all of the other 3 options, aggressive saving and investing, starting a successful business, and financial education, all got at least a few responses apiece. So these are the first thing I want to state is all 4 of these options are essential. They're great options on the table or great answers to choose from because all 4 are essential and absolutely contribute to creating first generational wealth, which is why I'm deciding to rank them versus eliminating any of them and selecting just one or just selecting a couple. So when it comes to creating first generational wealth, to put context on this, one of the first things you have to understand is you probably don't know very much, or at least when you were starting out on your journey, if you're already deep into it, you don't know very much. I know firsthand because I didn't know very much. I'm on my way to creating first generational wealth, or first generation wealth rather. And the first thing I had to identify, and I'm still learning to this day with all of the financial experience as a professional and as an everyday participant in the economy, I don't know everything. There's a lot that I don't know. There's a lot that I don't know that I don't know. That makes sense, right? So the number one thing I'm going to put on this list is financial education. Literally is the most important and the founding pillar out of the 4 because everything else that's on this list takes some level of financial education to do so. You can stumble across, investing and saving aggressively. You can maybe even trip over starting a small business that's successful for a period of time. Smart debt management. Smart isn't literally part of the title, the description. It's like literally in the sentence. So you can't really say that that's something you're going to stumble into for a long period of time and keep it up if you don't have financial education. So number 1 on the list is going to be financial education. Number 2 on this list that I'm going to go in and rank is going to be aggressive saving and investing, believe it or not. Why do I say that? Because you shouldn't be starting a business or trying to play with debt if you don't have a stable income and able to save in that stable income, like you have consistent income. you have a savings out of that income, and you're not able to build up some kind of nest egg to deploy into a business or start playing around with debt, you should have cash. So number 2 on this list is going to be aggressive saving and investing, because you shouldn't be playing with a business and you shouldn't be playing with debt if you don't have those things in play, which I'm going to again slide consistent income in there, because you can't aggressively save and invest if you don't have money coming in. So we're just going to use that as a basic understanding and assume that's already a part of the picture. You have to have capital, not because you're going to use all of your own capital to invest or to start a small business. You're going to use that capital as a foundational pillar to the overarching financial journey. The risks you're going to take, the moves you're going to make, the failures you're inevitably going to have. You need to have your own cash on that journey. You need to have an income that allows you to have access every month in order to do this and sustain it for a long enough period of time for it to work. Because trust me, it's going to take time if you're starting from scratch. Number 3 on this list is going to be a tight race for me, but I'm going to make an argument that it's going to be smart debt management. And the reason I'm going to say number 3 on this list is smart debt management over starting a successful business is because 9 out of 10 times if you're starting a business, and there's going to be exceptions to this, but the vast majority of the time, you're going to need access to capital. And when you start, you have to start playing the debt game years in advance of going for business funding. Let nobody tell you any lies, which the internet does all day long. But I'm going to tell you right now, as a business banker, I'm going to tell you as somebody who literally deals with lending and business funding day in and day out from a legitimate financial institution and with CDFIs, for those of you who may be familiar with those. I literally work with this every day, legitimately, not back end, hole in the wall, courses and programs and, credit hack this, add this trade line, not all of that BS, none of that. I'm talking about legitimately walking into a financial institution and accessing capital from a legitimate brick and mortar bank, other smaller financial institutions, and CDFIs, credit unions, etc. I've done it personally, and I do it professionally for business owners and consumers day in and day out for over 10 years. You need to learn to play the debt game and the credit game years before you start playing with accessing capital for a business. Even if you're going to start a business off with cash, at some point, in most cases, you're going to need or see a very good use case for smart leverage. You need to have this end of the game already squared away before you do that, because nobody in the business world, sensible lending, is going to lend you anything without you already coming to them with a value add in the first place. You're either going to have great, solid, established credit, you're going to have some really solid, attractive collateral, or you're going to have very, very good cash flow and cash reserves. Ideally, all 3 at some point, but starting out, you need one of those 3. And if that's going to be the case, then that means smart debt management has to start earlier than starting a business. This is an ideal order of operation when we talk about this. So number 4, obviously, is going to be starting a successful small business. Hands down, bar none, that is no more effective way to have infinite wealth creation in the American financial system than starting a business. I don't give a damn how much you love stocks. Don't give a damn how much you love real estate from an investor point of view. You have to create a business if you want a truly uncapped earning potential in this country. And that takes time, effort, gumption, specialization, expertise, team networks, and more to effectively do and sustain and grow over a long period of time. I am somebody with a very deep history in my field relative to my age and serious personal experience. And I'm still somebody that's in the inception of growing and developing a business and a brand right now in front of you. And I'm telling you, as somebody who's not just starting this race at all and not bad at it at all. It's really hard to do, especially if you're somebody that does not come from wealth, doesn't come from a really strong established network of people already around you, etc. When you truly getting this out of the mud from the ground up, it is very difficult because you're doing a lot of stuff on your own. You don't have the ability to delegate. You don't have a lot of expertise, guidance, or mentorship to lean on that you can trust. You're putting a lot of your own money in the stuff, and it works or doesn't work. Starting and growing a small business, as hard as it is the most rewarding way to participate in the economy, bar none, period. Now, you can start a business in real estate. You can make a business out of real estate. It's up to you. But at the end of the day, it has to be a business at some point in time. Otherwise, you can get really attractive returns, but you will always have capped returns. If you have a truly authentic business model, a true brand you're building, you can go out and make infinite amounts of money, technically speaking. It doesn't mean you will make infinite amounts of money, but you will absolutely have a much higher ceiling than you will playing any other game. And then once you have that money, you use investing to grow and protect that money. But at the end of the day, that order of operation of those four is essential. Financial education, aggressive saving / investing, smart debt management, and then starting and growing a business. If you had the opportunity to do this absolutely pristine from start, that is the order you want to operate. That is going to lead you to first generation wealth, guaranteed, if you can play that game and stay on that system long enough. Comment down below and let me know what you think about that question. Are you a true pioneer? Are you generating first generation wealth yourself? If you have already done it, are you deep into this pathway, this journey, and have already done it? You're just starting out, or this is what you're looking to do and why you're consuming content like this? Comment down below and let me know. Let me know if you would have done something different with the order of operation I put on this. Would you have moved any of those pieces around and why? Comment down below. Don't just say you would or just drop it in there. Have an intelligent explanation down in the comment section so we can continue the conversation. I can learn something. You can learn something. Other people watching can learn something. So comment down below and let me know what you think about the four options and where you would have placed them or ranked them if it differs from what I laid out in this video. To all my pioneers, welcome back. My new viewers, welcome in. Get in the description box below. Tie in with me on Instagram and then check out the links to work with me one-to-one. As I've been saying lately more and more in every video, one of the few personal finance creators that's actually a financial professional and has hands-on experience with real estate, with a business, with credit, consumer and business, managing a budget, investing, etc. These are things that I have hands-on experience with, and I've been doing and helping other people do effectively for over a decade. You can get access to that down below on a free level initially and on a paid level. I'm a very patient person that will take the time out for those of you who are serious and work with you for free to an extent. But I am not a nonprofit. I am a for-profit entity. So I do have paid services down below. But if you want a curated, dedicated guidance towards your financial goals, your investing goals, your business goals, hands-on, there's links down in the description to get that firsthand down below. Other than that, I want you to like, comment, share, subscribe, support the channel so the channel can continue to support you. And as always, I want each and every one of you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.